nicest people, our deals are number one. You'll love Dave's, Dave's Soda and Pet City. We make shopping for your pet fun, 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 fun.
We're filming. Well, hello everybody, and welcome to Dave's Pet Show. So this is a very cool opening segment for me. Hopefully you all know what the paleo diet is. The paleo diet is the caveman diet. It's what your ancestors and my ancestors, actually my ancestors ate Twinkies, and the half-life of Twinkies is now, they're probably getting stale now. But anyway, most people's ancestors ate the paleo diet, which was meat, I think potatoes, Joe help me, no dairy, no grains, sticks, rocks, right, nothing artificial. So my son Douglas, who is a musician, wrote a song called I'd Rather Be With My Dogs Than Be With You. So this is a great story. So in order to, if you write a song, you've got to do a video. So we went online and said, everyone send in pictures of your dogs. And he got gazillions of pictures of dogs. And he's looking at the computer one night with all these pictures, making the video. And he says to me, I think this is Life is Good. So he then went into, which we had on the show before, and we sell them in our stores. He went into the t-shirt, and so we had different breeds. I'd rather be with my dog, with a lab or a shepherd or whatever. And then the biggest selling one is actually I'd rather be with my rescue dog. And of course, I'd rather be with my cat. And he built a website, I'd rather be with my dog.net. And the business sort of took off. As a matter of fact, Macy's is test marketing the shirts in New York and Chicago. They'll, by the time you see this show, Macy's will have the shirts in two of their stores. So anyway, Douglas is a paleo guy, and he said to me one day, he said, you think it's possible that we can make paleo dog treats? And I went, I don't know. And which is par for the course. My answer, standard to almost any question anybody asks me is, I don't know. So we were at a trade show, and a fellow walked up to us who said, Dave, you have your Dave's Pet Food. Have you ever thought about doing pet treats? And I said, not really, but let me introduce you to Douglas, who wants a paleo dog treat. So it took months of formulating these treats, and so finally they came out with I'd Rather Be With My Dog, the first paleo dog treats. So let me tell you why paleo is so cool for dogs. No grains, no soy, no gluten, nothing artificial. That's part of the paleo deal, is you can't have anything synthetic. So Douglas and the nutritionists, I guess, or the formulators, came up with 12 different formulas in different shapes of the first paleo dog treats. And this is all Douglas's idea. I had nothing to do with it, but Home Goods already placed an order for them. We're waiting for Tractor Supply's order for them. They're in, this is within 6 weeks. He's already in over 300 stores. He will almost have national distribution because it's cool, right? It's gorgeous packaging. But the big deal is, let me explain what we did. So there are trainers, there are loves, there are trios, and there are bites. So I just happen to open up trainers because they're probably the most popular. And the trainers are all little size, obviously, for trainers, but they're semi-moist, so you can break them. That's the current rage in the business, is in the pet business, is to have semi-moist treats. So let me just, for chuckles, read you the ingredients, because this is, so there's beef liver, beet molasses, chicken meal, vegetable glycerin, which is natural, I guess, or it couldn't be in here, gelatin, sweet potato, sea salt, dextrose, natural bacon flavor, dried egg, garlic oil, citric acid, preserved with vitamin E, and of course, what every paleo person knows, coconut oil, which is the current rage. So let me just, in the trainers, there's some neat flavors. There's a beef, this one's beef, bacon and eggs. There's turkey and pumpkin. There's chicken chia, of course, right? Because everyone's got to have chia. And then he also said, you know what also is very, very popular is treats that help the coat, just like food that helps the coat, helps the stomach, and also helps the joints. So he has different health ones. So this one, for example, has salmon, which I believe is wild-caught salmon, because if you're truly paleo, you wouldn't eat farm-raised salmon. You would, because of all the stuff they feed the farm-raised salmon. So you have this one's salmon, chicken, and then you have the beet molasses and everything else in it. So this is skin and coat, just fabulous flavors. And then you'll notice that you can see in here, these are a little bit bigger. I don't know if you can see that, Joe, but you can again break them. So they're great for little dogs, and to be honest with you, most people over-treat their dogs. So because they're semi-moist, it's great. And Joe's getting a puppy, so he's listening. You can break them up, and you don't have to give the whole treat to the dog. So the other ones are, because these are also trios, which come in a stick form. And here's the deal with trios. Trios are 3 proteins. That's why they call them trios. So this one, for example, is salmon, whitefish, tuna. So you have 3 different proteins. And then the third is bites. And the bite-sized ones are single protein sources. So there's a venison, there's a duck. So there's really cool proteins. Here's the best part. The 5 ounce is $6.99, so it's the same price as everybody else's treats. And I have to say this, they are better treats than the big boys treats because they use, pardon me? And they're, oh right, I forgot, ooh, thank you, Joe. Everything is sourced from the USA. Even the bags are made in the USA. Now, the only thing that's not sourced in the USA is venison, which comes from New Zealand, and the duck may come from Canada. So that's it for this. These are so cool. And the big size, this is my favorite color pack. I just love this packaging. The big size is $12.99. So they're the same price as all the other good treats in the store, but they're just a very good, better than most of the other treats treat. So don't go away, folks. We'll be back in just a moment. Hey, everybody. So I wanted to talk about the 2 best values I have in the stores. You know, as you know, hopefully, we make our own, the Dave's label of pet food. And we have 4 different canners across the country who are contract canners. They don't make anything under their own label. They're just huge facilities that can for different brands. And just in case you didn't know this, almost all the cans in any pet store, nobody owns their own canning plant except for Hills, who owns their own canning plant, and Pedigree owns their others. But every other brand, I don't care if it's Wellness, I don't care if it's Blue Buffalo, Taste of the Wild, all these other brands, everyone uses the same canneries to make their food. So how it works is Blue Buffalo or Dave or someone else, Taste of the Wild, goes to the cannery and says, I want a can of food that has, you know, chicken and duck or beef and blah, blah, blah. They have they all have PhDs on staff who will come up with the right formulas that meet the nutritional requirements. And then they say, okay, here's the product. We, the manufacturers, have to go by labels, and they run the product. So every once in a while, I get a call from one of the manufacturers that says, we either have an overrun, or we have a can that came out and we had a run of it. There's supposed to be 13.2 ounces in the can. the machine screwed up and there's only 12.8 ounces in the can, or the food, the manufacturer wanted to have I'm picking numbers, a 10% fat and the food tested at an 8% fat. So they'll offer me these huge deals. They won't put any labels on them, so we affectionately call them shiners. So I just want to, we have 2 different varieties of shiners in stock right now that I hopped on and bought as many cases as I could get. And just so you understand how this works, when I order cans or anyone else orders cans, the machines run so fast, you can't call up and say, I want 100 cases or 200 cases. The minimum runs, which probably happens in about a nanosecond, is a couple thousand cases of every single flavor. So when they call up and say we have a batch of something, it's 2,000 cases. So they call me. I've had these for a little while. We're selling tons of them, but anybody who buys, I don't care if you're buying Pedigree, if you're buying Alpo, if you go into one of the, I almost don't care whose food you're buying. They called me and said, we have an overrun of food. This is a 12 ounce. Here's how I got this one. The manufacturer wanted 13 ounces in the can. The machine screwed up and only put 12 ounces in the can. So the cans were 1 ounce too light. So if you shook the can, it felt like the can isn't empty. But the fact is there's 12 ounces. So I want to read you the ingredients of these. Are you ready? Turkey broth, vegetable broth, dried egg whites, peas, natural flavor, potato starch, carrots, and then all the vitamins and minerals. It comes out to 99 cents a can. This is, they wouldn't tell me whose label this was supposed to be on it, but you cannot get any more super premium than what's in this food. So just for chuckles, here's a can of Pedigree that's also 99 or $1.09 in the grocery stores. I'm going to read you the difference in ingredients. I need to adjust my glasses because I can't really read. Oh my God. First ingredient is water sufficient for processing, chicken, meat byproducts. Here's the kicker, wheat flour, right? As soon as you see wheat, don't buy the product, folks. If anytime most dogs, if they're going to have a problem with digestion, it's wheat is the culprit. So same price, 99 cents, 99 cents. I can't even put the 2 products in the same world as far as quality. So if you have a finicky dog, or if you want to use a great food, but you don't want to spend a lot of money, we have to sell the cases. We have to sell them by the case, but it's a money back guarantee. Less than $1 a can, folks. Crazy. So all of you with cats. So the same company called me and said, we have a, same thing happened with cat food, but not the right amount of ounces were in it. They did a test run for another big brand. And so think about this. When you come out with a new flavor, if you're a manufacturer, you don't know if it's going to sell, so you have to do a test run. So what do you do with the cans? Because they don't label the cans, so they can't run them, then go back and label the cans. So that's where Dave comes in. They called me and said, you want the cat food. So let me read you the ingredients on the cat food. You ready? Chicken broth, turkey, lamb, turkey liver, sweet potatoes, sun-cured alfalfa, and then the vitamins and minerals. You can't buy, the closest competitor to this is Dave's or Wellness or Blue Buffalo, that these cans are way over $2 a can. These come out to, are you ready? $9.99 for a case of 12, folks. So that's like, I don't know, 80 cents a can? It is the best buy in all of catdom. Period. End of story. I'm gonna, Joe, can I?
I'll get a shot.
You get a shot after that? Okay, so everyone can see the ingredients. This is the best buy in the history. I don't think we've ever had a buy better than this in the store. Period, end of story. So this is fabulous if you have multiple cats, if you have a shelter, if you rescue cats, if you're feeding the cats outside, even if you have one little kitty cat, you're better off with a 5-ounce or a 3-ounce can of cat food. But man, if you have more than one cat, this is the only way to go. These are both grain-free. They're loaded with meat. You've heard me do this before. Especially important for cats is no dry food, high-quality canned food, because your cat is a pure carnivore, does not need carbs. So that would be my recommendation for your cat.
You can buy them and donate.
And you can, right, Joe just had a great idea. We get a lot of this. Even buying these at $10 a case and donating to a shelter is a fabulous idea. I'm glad you thought of that, Joe. So anyway, don't go away, folks. Matthew and I will be back with all kinds of creatures. Hey, everybody. So we're back, and we're back with Miss Chris, who, if this is your first time watching the show, I don't know how that could be possible, but if this is your first time watching the show, Chris is our new resident plant and lawn and garden expert.
Yep.
Planted here in the planted here in the Agawam store. So the last couple of times we talked all about plants and
Yep.
stuff and the live goods. And you know what, folks? We started a new half hour on Tuesdays and Thursdays, right after The Price is Right. I don't even know what network that's on, but the show is me telling Chris everything she needs to know about plants.
Yep. Thank you. I'm
You're
so glad.
welcome. Okay.
Didn't take
and-
long to
yeah,
learn.
Right, exactly. And we did cool stuff like
Yeah.
palette
Yeah,
plants.
which is that's coming in beautiful. You should see it. It's really great.
So it's very, very cool. So that's on Tuesdays and Thursdays in the afternoon or late morning, whenever the Price is Right. So anyway, back to
Okay.
what we're doing in our regular show. So we do all that stuff for the plants outside. What do we need to do to keep them healthy?
Well, there's lots of things you can do. Watering, of course, is the biggest thing this time of
Yeah.
year. We've had a really, really low rain season so far.
Yeah.
So you have to be, especially when you're doing transplanting
Yeah.
of new plants and potted plants, be very religious about your watering. And plants really do better if they're watered with a thorough, very deep watering,
Like
less
you did with the
frequent.
plants in my office.
Yes, I did. I
Yeah.
drowned them, as my
Yes.
husband says.
Yes.
And then that way it actually gets better to the roots, and the plant can absorb them better and
Yep.
use them better. Because if you water shallow and it just goes on the top, all the roots are going to try to get to the top of the soil.
Oh, the roots come up?
They will. They'll try to get to the soil, and then they'll dry
Oh.
out, and then it will die.
Okay.
Or sometimes you'll see the whole plant like heave, like bumped up out of the
Yeah.
thing. That's because it's searching for water, and the whole thing will just kind of lift up a little bit.
Okay.
So water and water, and you also want to feed your plants.
Yes.
And depending on what kind of plant and where it is, there's different things you could and should be feeding them. Let's see. I have a couple different
Yeah,
things
tell
here.
me what I'll be the holder. You tell me what you
Okay,
want to
this
talk
one we're
about.
going to start with, which is
Okay.
organic peat moss, and this is for your wife because I know she likes organic
Yes.
stuff. This is great to add to your soils when you're planting. If you're one that you don't want to use a whole lot of chemical things in your garden because
Yeah.
of kids and pets and stuff.
Yeah.
This will add a lot of vitamins and nutrients to your soil, and also make the water more readily available. It helps in the retention
Yep.
of the soil. So this is a great way to just add more nutrients to your soil in an organic manner,
Okay.
which is great for the environment.
Right.
So
So this
that's
helps
that.
with water retention?
Yes, it does. Don't even go there.
I'm not even going to go there. No.
I already knew what that
All
was
right.
going to be.
Okay. All right. Okay.
So this is the same potting
Yes.
soil, which
Yes.
has a lot of organic material in it also. And this line, and this is the Espoma line.
This is the one, you love this line.
I
huh?
love this line. This is a great
Yeah.
product. This has in it perlite and things to lighten up the soil. So if you're doing container gardening, this is an awesome choice for that because it will help the water be retained
Yeah.
in the pot. So to start with a good quality
So
product.
when you were doing your pallet garden,
Yes.
would you use this?
I didn't use the organic one.
Right.
I used the one that has
Oh, the radioactive one?
the radioactive one. Yes, the Miracle Grow with the it's a water
The
retention.
glow-in-the-dark bag?
Yes. When you eat your vegetables, you'll glow also. But it's it's really the moisture control one for that kind of
Yeah,
product
yeah.
is better.
Okay.
But you could use an organic one like this because
Sure.
this will help with
Right.
the moisture control also.
Right.
Okay, so
Okay.
this time of year, a lot of people who do perennials have problems in their shade gardens with slugs.
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 We have a huge problem here with
Huge
slugs.
Slugs. I know. But this, I'm not sure if it's
It's a
going to help the
different subject.
slugs you have.
HR department.
All right, this. Okay, hold this.
Yes, ma'am.
This right here is diatomaceous earth, and this is a natural product. It actually comes from crushed up.
Diatomaceous. It's a city.
Is it where?
It's in
You're
Lumania.
making that up. This is diatomaceous earth, and
Yes.
it's made from volcanic rock, which is crushed up. And if you looked at this under a microscope, you would see it's little teeny tiny little sharp particles
Yeah.
that you sprinkle it around the base of your plants where you're seeing slugs. Not harmful for the environment, not or your pets or anything like that. But what happens is the little slugs slide their bodies over it, and it slices them, and they dehydrate. But it's a natural thing. And
all
then
kidding aside,
it's true.
that in the old days, when you got ick in your fish tank, you would put diatomaceous powder in your filter. That did the
And it would do the same thing.
Same
It would,
thing?
yep, it'd kill all those little things.
Yeah.
So that's
Yeah.
that's what this is, and this is a great.
and you only
know.
use this for slugs?
No, it'll any
Any of those kinda-
kind of slimy
grubs and all that
little.
stuff?
Not so much grubs because it has to be something that crawls over the product.
Yeah.
If it's in the ground, I'm not. There's other
Yeah, yeah.
products that are more.
Yep.
Specific for
Yep.
grubs, but this is like for caterpillars, earwigs,
Earwax?
What? No, slugs.
Sorry.
I'm sorry. Slugs and stuff like that. And again, another natural product, so not harmful to the environment or pets or kids or anything like that. So
Right.
Yeah,
Unless, of course, your kids are sliding
kids
around
are
there, right? You
right.
slice up- right. Right. Well, okay.
Okay, now that we're going to
Next.
talk about. This is for grass.
Oh my God, this is
Come
heavy.
on, you muscles. This is a turf builder, and this is lawn food. And right now, if you've missed step one, this would be what you'd want to be putting on right now because it's going to feed what's growing.
Along with step 2, 3, and 4.
Step 2, 3, and 4, which we are running a special on.
Yes.
I understand. If you
Yes.
purchase all 3 of those together without the one,
Yes.
there is a step.
Yes.
A price break
And we're
on
all
that.
about healthy lawns here.
Yeah, absolutely.
And your lawn should have only grass-fed food.
Grass-fed food.
No, lawn, grass,
Food,
something.
gas, whatever.
food, right.
This product will feed your lawn and kill weeds. So it takes care of that one step if you're a little late getting number 1 on. Even if you're not doing the step program.
Yes.
Oh,
it's
I
him.
thought,
Oh,
I
it's-
thought I
oh,
had something
oh.
on. Okay, so then you need to get this product and get it down. You've done thatching, right?
Oh yeah, he's
Okay,
thatched.
And time again he told me, but it's going to
Yeah.
be better. This product, great product.
See, that's why a puppy would be great for you, Joe, because you let the puppy out and it'll just thatch your lawn for you as it's digging.
There you go. And then you'll need seed and everything else, which we can help you with.
What you do is you put a little seed thing on the puppy's paws, a little, and as it runs around it, like automatic.
Yeah, little dude,
Yeah.
spread them everywhere.
Yeah.
There is also organic lawn food that Espoma makes,
Yep.
which is another great product. Again, kid friendly, pet
Yep.
friendly. You can put it down and your kids can go right on
Well,
it.
are these not?
These you have to wait about 24 hours.
Oh, you
after
do?
Yeah,
Okay.
just you put it down and you let it.
Yep.
I would be careful with this with kids and stuff.
You have to spread it around, or you just put the bag on the lawn.
Well, you could put the bag on the lawn, but it would
Right.
only work right there.
Yes.
So you might want to spread it,
That was
and
a
it gives
dumb
you
question.
the. That's it. No question's a dumb question.
Right.
The only one that's dumb
She
is the
hasn't
one
hung
you
around
don't
with us
ask.
long enough.
So that would be lawn food, and then
Yes.
the other thing we have is some more organic stuff. This is Plant Tone, again by Espoma, organic product that you can use on everything in your yard. It's higher in the first number, which is your nitrogen, which will be good for every green thing you're growing. It's also good for vegetables. It's a
Why do they have such a small? All kidding aside, why is the bag so small? You would think you would
Well-
use a lot of this.
Well, you don't really use a whole lot when you put it down. It's
Okay.
important, people think that, oh, if I put twice as much, it's going to grow twice as fast. It's not. It's
okay.
not. It's the rate that they give it to you to use is what you really should do, because it will actually harm the plant
Oh.
if you put
Too
too much
much.
fertilizer on it.
Okay.
You make the soil too rich, and the plant will suffer.
Okay.
So this way, and there's different amounts that you need to put down
Yep.
depending on when in the season you're doing it. So like at the beginning when you're newly seeding a lawn, there's a certain rate you put it down. If you're just side dressing one
Yep.
plant, there's a certain rate you put it down.
Side dressing.
Side dressing, not a.
I'm learning all the garden
There you
lingo.
go.
My wife is gonna be. Ellen's gonna be
She's
so
so
impressed when I
proud
go
with
home
you, yeah.
and say, "This weekend, let's go out and do some side dressing." She'll
I-
be.
She might question that.
She
I
might.
don't,
Right.
I don't know about that, but
Can you get arrested for that? Right.
it's an excellent product, and we do have this in larger bags also for people who are doing massive gardening
Yep.
or it's more economical if you're doing
Yeah.
a bigger garden to
Yeah.
buy a bigger bag.
Yeah.
So that's one, and then
Okay.
the last we have Hollytone, and this is for shrubs and.
Is this the most popular or no?
Yes, this is a very very popular product, and this month it's on sale 10% off.
Yeah.
And it's really good for acid-loving plants. Anything that wants a not that kind, Dave.
Okay.
The acid in the soil.
Okay.
So this will help these plants.
So Timothy
reach their-
Leary's garden would just
would be
love
excellent
this.
with
Excellent.
this.
Yes.
Excellent with this.
Yes.
But it turns your hydrangeas blue if you want
Ah,
hydrangeas blue.
right,
From
exactly.
pink. If you have.
That's why they call them acid loving.
That's
Blue
right.
to pink. and-
Blue to pink and
little
kind of in
paisleys in
between, a little
there,
purple
yeah.
every now and again. Also on trees, like oak trees need a little more of an acidic soil. You can side dress your trees with that. There is a list on the side. Strawberries like Hollytone.
Oh,
yeah,
really?
Yeah. Hey,
We
we're
do.
going to talk a little bit about bugs and critters.
Okay.
All right.
This
so
is really popular stuff,
yes,
right?
this is neem oil. This is actually derived from the neem plant. It's a natural product.
Wow. Okay.
And again, safe for animals, plants, blah blah.
And what does this
This
keep away?
is a concentrate, and you add it to water. This is great for lily leaf beetles, which is
Yeah.
a really disgusting little red bug that you'll find on your lilies. Basically, any bug, this works for. But
Won't
what?
keep deer off though, huh?
No. The best thing for this, though, is you have to continue to apply it because it is a natural product. The rain will wash it off, and what this does is it actually breaks the life cycle of the pest. So it's you have to get it at every stage
Oh.
of the pest.
So
So
it's
you
work.
have to hit it with baby. You have to hit it
Oh,
at the
yeah.
middle,
All right,
and
time-
we're getting
time
the
is
big
up.
wave, and we're all done.
Okay, well, time is up next week, folks. We're going to have how to keep the critters away. We're going to have a guest from Smith & Wesson.